Who is this? So y'all just trying to replace Sissy out here? Cause that's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna need y'all to get us a little bit more invested into Franklin's little girlfriend before she pops up pregnant. It's too soon. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss season 5 of Snowfall, episodes 1 and 2, comments and commitments. Now, before we get into everything I felt while watching these episodes, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things Peaches. Are we all just gonna sit here and act like Peaches ain't on that shit, talking about he got a cold? Peaches, now you know we have known you for 5 years now and you've never had a cold. Stop it. You guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me. Let's get into this episode. Now, we start off this episode with real things that were in the headlines back then. We have the drugs making it out of the hood all the way into places that it shouldn't be, and it's getting more attention. We have this star draft pick. He is clearly having a heart attack and an overdose, and he dies. Now, per usual, the person supplying all of these drugs, Franklin, is still living his best life, and it's even better than before. We got rid of that cane that last episode of last season, and he is in the best condition that we have ever seen him. He even put a little weight on. Franklin is looking good and manly. He look grown. But not only has he came up, he has came up financially in the best way. He has this nice lavish ass apartment. He has a new girlfriend that we are going to talk about. And he flying a plane, y'all. Franklin has a fucking plane. Now, Franklin is business as usual. He has a new supplier, a new connect, a new Teddy, and he is all too friendly to have him. He is absolutely nothing like Teddy, and at this moment, he is living his best life. This man is lax. He's even using the drugs himself. He's trying to, consider going down on the bricks. He's also sleeping with someone in Franklin's crew. Just trash altogether. But we as fans know in the back of our minds, he would not have it any other way. The fact that this man is just so loose and so free and so friendly with Franklin makes everything all the better. That gives Franklin more power. And we know between Franklin and Teddy wasn't trying to give up no power. He was always trying to son him. And he's not trying to son him here. He is very much so in control of the situation. Now, we also catch up with our other characters. We have goddamn Jerome and Uncle Louie here living their best life. They are very comfortable with each other, going horseback riding. Uncle Jerome looking like a fucking chocolate butterfinger in that damn mustard print velour suit. It just, they look very, very happy. We also have Leon. Leon is still doing Leon shit. I low-key want my baby Leon to have a come up. Like, he is not in the position just yet to delegate what he has to do to somebody else. Like, Leon is still very much in the hood. Not that he would have it any other way. He loves it. He feels like that's where he belongs. But it's just like, damn, Leon, we still, the front runner outside breaking niggas' foot with lead pipes for stealing. Like, it's a whole situation. But I would really much love to see Leon's character progress outside of that. Even though I love to see him roll around like Eazy-E. I love it. I absolutely love it. But come on, give my baby Leon some growth. Now, once we get into White Boy Rob and that whole situation, he is completely strung out at this point. He is not doing well. He has a house full of people, little preppy kids snorting coke, at which one of his friends goes completely rogue, shoots someone else, at which he is on the run and it's on the news. Bottom line, it's not looking good for the crew. We don't need any publicity, any spotlight on our situation, especially with someone that we work with. Now, once we get into the magically bringing White Boy Rob back, I was like, where? I did not like too much of the storyline here with them bringing his character back out of nowhere. We just haven't seen him in such a long time. So to get him here and he is just full-blown strung out, we know that this is the motivation for us to show progress in Franklin's character and what he's willing to do to protect certain things later. But the way they did it here, I was like, y'all couldn't get nobody else. Y'all couldn't get nobody else. Nobody here watching the show season 5 was even thinking about White Boy Rob. And I wonder what's going on with him. I wonder how he turned out. He okay? No, nobody cared. Nobody cared, but it's here, and it's, a situation for the crew to worry about, the family to worry about, most of all Franklin. Is White Boy Rob worth saving? Even though he is strung out, there's always that possibility that he could rat, and there's always that possibility that he's been sharing more than he's saying with his friend, and they know a little bit more than they should about our business, and they could rat. Bottom line, we need to knock all of this shit over because I don't have time. We also have Franklin here. He has gotten what he's always wanted. Well, mainly what Sissy always wanted. He has a legitimate business on his hand. He has his whole development company that they talked about season after season. This is why he was ever in the game. The end goal is here. But is Sissy here to enjoy it? No, she is not. We know where Sissy is, but we do have a new love interest here that was very much giving me Sissy. I was like, oh, this must be real meaningful, because Franklin went and found his mama. If she had that little mole on her chin, it would have been baby Sissy. But I don't know if it's just y'all or just me. It's probably just y'all, but I never vibe with any of his love interests when he gets one. Like, we had old girl from last season who we didn't trust anyway. But other than Mel, and we know how that shit turned out with Mel, but nothing really sticks. Like, I'm just not feeling it. I feel like they have taken us really, really fast with her character. We learned that not only is she in love with Franklin, she knows exactly who he is. She knows about the business, and she knows about the other side of his business, and she's a lawyer, and she's in charge of the development company. But it was taking me so fast. I wasn't invested in her or their relationship, and then especially when we get the big reveal that we get later, it's just like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. And it was very much giving, for the meantime, we're replacing Sissy. Sissy has always been here to be, first of all, we love Sissy for better or worse, but she has always been Franklin's moral compass for him to, only go so far in the game, for him to only, like, this is what you're doing now, but remember who you are, remember where we're trying to get to. And since Sissy is not here to be, sweet Sissy, sweet sensible Sissy, we have this new character here. So after we leave, me feeling like they could have gave Franklin a girlfriend with a little bit, just a sprinkle more of swag, just a little bit more swag. She was very much giving Sissy all the way down to what she was wearing in her wig. We get into goddamn Teddy. Teddy is rolling up to the function looking incognito in a fucking Rico Suave ponytail. Like, what you doing, Teddy? Teddy did not give us 5 minutes of peace. It's just like, what is going on with Teddy? He is clearly staking out the scene, staking out. This is not even the competition. This is the person who has replaced you. As we saw, that last episode of last season, they were completely done with Teddy, and him almost having everything blown up with Alton and the thing on the radio and killing old girl. Like, it was just all too much. They had to push Teddy to the side. But we know that Teddy is not going to stay down for long. Now, we also have Peaches here, of course, being Franklin's right-hand man, but Peaches is sniffing, and Peaches has a cold. Now, coke is very, very present in this episode, and everybody who has a coke problem is sniffing all over the place. But Peaches just feeling a little under the weather. Don't play with me. Get that out of here. Get my boy clean. Peaches has been riding with us for a long time. Why I gotta put Peaches on that stuff out of all people? Speaking of being on that stuff, we get into fucking Wanda. Wanda looks good. Wanda looks so gorgeous. She looks so beautiful. We ain't seen Wanda look like this in a minute. But Wanda is kind of falling on hard times, not being able to find legitimate work since she was on drugs for that short period of time. And now she has resorted to doing phone sex, and she's not really doing that good at it. After we have Jerome and Louis living their best life a little bit fucking more, they are really engaged in each other and really happy. We love to see it. We get into our new little shifty, shitty cop. I knew he wasn't shit because at first I was like, oh, we got a new Andre. And then when he told the lady, like, you can get the fuck out of my face, I was like, oh, he is not Andre. He is absolutely not a legitimate straight-laced cop. So when we have him proposition Louis, you know, he has a habit of his own. He's a crooked cop. He's shady as fuck. He is on Louis' payroll. But for him to remain there, she has to give someone up. Who she's gonna give up, we don't know. You know, we always have Louis kind of straddling the fence sometimes, but she always stay real, she always stay down. Who she's gonna give up to keep the boat afloat, who knows? Now, once we get closer to the ending, we realize Franklin never sold the home. He brings Rob there to, you know, sweat it out and get clean until they figure out what they want to do. And we also realize that Wanda has been living there, but I just couldn't get over how wonderful Wanda looks like. Girl, don't you get on that stuff no more. But they are trying so hard to set up a lot of tension in that moment because it's just like, you know, decisions. What is Franklin going to do? But I feel like as an audience, as long as we've been here in the progression that we've seen with his character, it was not surprised that he was intending to kill them both because they were both liabilities. But, you know, we go on the ride anyway. We have them try to have this makeshift bond, like, you know, remember who you were, Rob, and it's like, I'm trying to help you, we're trying to get you clean and all this other stuff, but we just haven't had any time invested with Rob. We have long forgotten about their childhood friendships and Franklin's early beginnings and where Rob was even involved a little bit. It's just too late now. But we had to have somebody here with familiarity to just feel like, oh, Franklin Cole, he's sacrificing a friend. He a G. All right, we got it. But we do have try to inject some tension, and he's, you know, snorting the coke, trying to get his fix. It's like, yeah, I want to hold my gun. And it's almost like you think he knows, like, yeah, they are driving me. I am a liability. Like, he's, you know, coked out, but he's not done. I need to protect myself. But at not one moment does he ever really feel like his life is in jeopardy. He goes and he executes the friend and feels like it's over. At which, you know, we have that shooting star passing, and Franklin takes that opportunity to shoot him in the head, but they don't show us that right away. We have a moment, you know, with the new girlfriend, like, oh, you know, you got to promise me that you're going to do whatever you need to do to protect our family. I'm with child, and, you know, all of that good stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do what I have to do. We never doubted you for a second. Now, when we get into episode 2, it's all about Teddy. Did Teddy kill Alton? I remember vividly last season, I felt like, you know, if he would have did it, we would have saw it, we would have felt it. I didn't feel like he killed Alton. The whole thing with Alton and Sissy at this moment is like surrounded with all this allure. They have no presence here, especially with how much he loves his mom. Like, is this how we gonna go out? But this is all about goddamn Teddy. They didn't give us 5 minutes to, they didn't give Franklin 5 good minutes to revel in Teddy just being obsolete, Teddy just being gone, Teddy just being off the grid. Teddy went for a jog in the woods, ate a couple of beanies and weenies. It's like, all right, I'm back, I'm fit, I'm not coked out, I'm ready to be back in the game. And he immediately gets let back in. It's like, well, damn. He immediately gets let back in. And of course, we know that this means something totally different from Franklin, who is not only buddy with this other new Teddy, but they have went into invested in properties together. They are taking trips in the plane. They are very friendly. They have all this, you know, really great conversation and all this good advice. They are actually friends. They are something that Teddy and Franklin have never been. Now, Teddy gets back in just by being goddamn Teddy. Teddy never really took a real break. We know that this is more about Teddy just being Teddy than the position. Teddy is, you know, the brainchild of this whole situation. He felt like when he was taken off the case, something was taken from him, and, you know, he needs to get it back. There's always been that power struggle with Teddy that he is always ready to die and kill for. Like, Teddy has been watching everybody, seeing what he could say and do and use against people. He has not only been watching that, but he has kept his ear to the streets. He feels like things are changing in LA. We do know that Franklin and the crew are very, very much worried. You know, we have competition coming in. If somebody's, you know, giving out bricks at a lower price, they're going to go elsewhere. We need to be able to compete. The market is big out here. It's not like it was 5 years ago when we first tried to get into this. And this new guy is willing to break and go along with whatever Franklin is doing. As long as, you know, the coke is still coming in, he's able to operate and party like he wants to. He likes Franklin. Now, on the other hand, we know in comparison to strict ass Teddy, this guy is also a liability to the CIA. So Teddy is making everybody feel like, you know, he is stepping in to save the situation. And though he may be, because this is not, you know, how we're supposed to conduct business. You are a fucking CIA agent. You're snorting coke, sleeping with the crew, having too much goddamn fun. We know that this is much bigger for Teddy. Teddy wants back in because Teddy feels like this belongs to him. And so does Franklin. Now we spend a lot of time with Teddy and his long Teddy face, you know. Teddy just doing Teddy shit. Like, we don't expect for Teddy to have, you know, some big character trait change. He is always going to be that. Teddy has become very petty, very resentful, very grimy. He likes to, you know, feel like he's a certain way, but he's just trying to kind of pick up where he left off. That includes Gustavo. Of course, he goes to touchdown with him. Gustavo is always going to be a rider. He's always going to be there for him, and also lets him know, you know, this guy is very comfortable where he is. He's not going to be, you know, just willing to just go and walk away just because you go and put your Teddy foot down. And we all know that ain't a problem for Teddy. Teddy ain't above taking nobody out. He will take out his own mama to keep that goddamn position. We also get into goddamn Wanda. Now, y'all are almost pushed to knock all this shit over. Like, Wanda, get out my face. Wanda looks absolutely beautiful. She has came so goddamn far. But she is not making enough money where she is. She is really, I love, you know, that we get a look at different aspects of life. With Wanda, we get the aftermath of what it is to be an addict. You are recovered now, you are clean, but nobody wants to give you an opportunity. Nobody wants to give you an apartment. Nobody wants to give you a job. She does not have a lot of aspects. So, since she's just so fed up with phone sex and not being paid properly and told the man where the fuck he could go, Leon and Wanda look real cute walking together. They look so adorable. But she tried to get back in the game, and rightfully so. Leon tells her ass absolutely not. She already let it be known, like, it's really getting hard to stay clean out here. You know, I'm struggling, and, you know, that was half the battle. And yeah, I just feel like I should just, you know, I should just sell and just work for you. Like, what? You feel like the solution is for you to get back around the shit that got you fucked up in the first place. I am so glad Leon told her no. I would not expect anything less from... Get the fuck out of here, Wanda. No, man. Wanda, do you realize you tried to sell your tooth last season? You tried to sell your tooth. You got shot last season. No, Wanda. Now, it's in very early stages of the pregnancy, but we do have him tell a couple of people. Mainly, he tries to call Sissy and tell her over the phone, but it's so staticky. And so it's just, we just can't really make out what's being said. But it's just like, what's going on there? If we do have the fellow agent in charge say, you know, we do know that you went out and killed Alton. Just like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, did he or didn't he kill Alton? If he did, we would think that we would know by now and that Sissy would have said something. What's going on with Sissy? What's going on with that whole situation? It's all a mystery. We even have them try to bring up Lucia. I don't want to hear shit else about Lucia. If we ain't seen that girl in all this time, just leave her where she at. Gustavo, like, leave it where it's at. Gustavo living his best life, dropping them kids off at school. No. But for the most part here, outside of Teddy being Teddy, we have Franklin doing what he's always doing. If I'm doing a certain thing, I need my family and my crew to move with me. He is, you know, trying to go legitimate. He is always and forever, you know, I'm just one more step out of the game. I'm almost 1 foot out of the door. He always about to be done. But it feels like the opportunity is as close as it's ever been. And you got, you know, the girlfriend. She's all too invested. Her baby mama just loving everything. He wants Louis and Jerome to give up pretty much all of their money to invest it, at which they will recoup, and it'll, you know, turn over 2 to 3 years later. But of course, you know how they think. Like, first of all, that's 2 to 3 years later, and that's all of our money. Of course, Franklin being Franklin, I want you guys to look at the bigger picture. This is for longevity. This is something that, you know, this development property, you know, us investing, we could, you know, recoup these things all of our lives, but we don't know if they want to do that just yet. And we also have him go to Leon, who is giving field trips to the babies in the hood. You better go, Leon. That's why Leon feels like his presence needs to be there. And I'm not saying Leon just needs to be just completely removed from the hood, because that's not in Leon's character. But I do want to see a little bit more growth on his part. Even when we have him tell Franklin, like, I'm not interested in any development or investing any of my money in any of that. Like, I don't care. I was born here, lived here, and I'm gonna die here. I don't want much else. I got everything I could ever want. And he also, confides in him that the chick is having a baby, and Leon is like, oh, you know what, whatever, congratulations, nigga. Of course, we end off this episode with Teddy being Teddy. Dude was not trying to budge. He's not feeling it. He actually kind of low-key reads Teddy for filth, tells him everything that we've seen his character go throughout all these seasons. Like, oh, you that type of dude. You still don't realize the bigger picture. You still think this whole operation is about you and about, this, that, and that, and this legit. Boy, everybody palms getting greased. I'm just, one more person that's in the cloud of coke smoke. Like, first of all, I was here. You fucked up. They put me here. I'm not leaving. This is my shit. Of course, Teddy poisons him and takes him the fuck out. What else did we think Teddy was gonna do? Absolutely nothing. But now that he is out of the way, we get into what we really want to see, which is that ending with him rolling up on Franklin, and Franklin looked like he saw a ghost. Like, oh, this nigga. Oh, and he is quite shocked. Like, oh my goodness, you have a plane, and look at this place, and I wouldn't expect anything less from you. He is so ready to pick up where he left off. But as you can see, Franklin is, light years away from where they began. He's never going to see Franklin as more than, what he saw. Like, oh, I've done this for him, I've done this, I've done that. But yeah, Franklin is now his own man. So what you did for him as far as lawyers, and I got him out of jail, and I protected him from this, and yeah, it's always that power. They always have that dynamic of that power and that struggle, and the both of them wanted to be in control. More so Teddy, because as soon as he saw Teddy, he was like, oh, everything that I have been working towards is, different now. Everything is over. He's immediately trying to change stuff. He doesn't, want to go down to that 9K for that coke. It is just like, yeah, we're gonna pick up where we left off, and can I take this? Can I take? It's just like, Teddy has become so fucking annoying. And of course, we have Franklin with the forethought to have that gun on deck. Like, I need to protect myself. There is absolutely no trust there, but he's not going to say that. I need Teddy. Teddy has already spoken of old Teddy like he's in past tense. So you killed homie, and now it's all about you again. You are right back where you wanted to be, and you're going to try to put me right back where I was, but you can't. I'm not that nigga anymore. I am a whole different Franklin. I'm moving different, and I'm doing better. You can't come up in this bitch and sun me and try to be overly extra ass Teddy. But we will see how that goes. Their dynamic, I love their dynamic more than anything in this episode. I love that, and I love seeing Wanda and how beautiful she is. But as far as everything else in the first 2 episodes, they're not like, just pulling me in. Like, whoo, shit, I'm not like hype. Franklin and his relationship, I'm not there yet. They might grow on me. But I am excited for the X-Specs to see how he is going to maneuver and what kind of decisions the family is going to make. Well, you guys, that was my review for Snowfall, the first 2 episodes. Drop down and let me know how you felt about the show. Are you really interested? Did you feel the same way I felt about some of the new additions and about, White Boy Rob and those things? Or did you just feel like, man, these episodes was good as fuck? I can't wait to see the rest of everything. I look forward to reading you guys' comments. I see you guys for my next video. Bye.